So, welcome to day one. Thank you for the wonderful day. Thank you, universe, for being alive. Okay. Thank you for the air we have got. Thank you for the water we drink. Thank you for our departments. Thank you for the wonderful education we have got. Thank you for the excellent new curriculum we are getting. Thank you for the lovely roads being created in our country. Thank you for the mankind so nice around us. Thank you for the technology by which we are connecting. Thank you. Well, friends, we start this new batch of magic book by Rhonda Byrne, and the basis of starting this batch is a observation by UNESCO Bioethics that medical students, when they reach third or fourth year, they suffer from a disease called traumatic de-idealization. When they join medical school, they are very idealistic. I'll just show you a recording by Dr. Russell D'Souza, who is the chairperson of the UNESCO Bioethics Chair.
Of the UNESCO chair. Today, I am here to inaugurate the 9th batch of the postgraduate certificate in the principles of bioethics and human rights, based on the Universal Declaration on Bioethics and Human Rights. What this will the chair or head of the international webinar
Course
I have
maximize your no, but your that you will have
I'll to take you then transfer to to take you from the area of receptivity and responsibility to the science of compassion. Okay, the next slide, Sanjay. Well, the crux on the understanding, the ethics of caring comes from understanding that a caring doctor or a healthcare provider in clinical practice has two important attributes that is demonstrated. One is receptivity and the other is responsibility. Now, receptivity, when we take receptivity, we see that what we refer to is when a healthcare provider is responsive he or she listens to their patients with empathy and compassion. And a responsible doctor then transforms these feelings from what we call receptivity to action, which ultimately leads to meeting the patient's specific requirements. Now, the studies that are available here in medical education will show you that most often, over 80 to 90% of the medical students come in to join the course high in compassion and empathy, and they are idealized, and that brings them to seek the training, which then the job of the teaching and training is to convert this receptivity to responsibility, from giving them a scientific understanding of how they will be responsible for the specific needs of their patients. So we see that in the ethics of caring, two important attributes are there. One is receptivity, and the other is responsibility. Receptivity is which comprises of the empathy and compassion, and the idealization, the idealization that brings the potential healthcare provider to seek the education and training. Next slide. Sanjay, can we have the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Is it taking? Now, the ethics of caring has for long been discussed by philosophers, but more recently, it has gained importance in medical ethics and indeed medical education, because caring guides the doctor always to remain the advocate of the patient with empathy and compassion. And this becomes the basis for maintaining what is the most important attribute, the therapeutic alliance, or otherwise the therapeutic relationship. But this therapeutic alliance or relationship is also important because it becomes very important when one is dealing and attempting to resolve ethical dilemmas that one would face when it comes when in clinical practice. So this therapeutic alliance and relationship is important. Now, more recently, the studies have shown that this empathy and compassion that comes along, that in fact could be the attributes that bring the young healthcare provider to seek training, to get a scientific knowledge and understanding, to take part in the responsibility of caring for the specific needs of the patient. What we have been seeing more recently, or not for some time, both in the developed world as well as in the developing world, is that over the training, somewhere around the third to fourth year, there is a steep drop in empathy and compassion. And this has been measured on several studies. In fact, our journal had, about 2 years ago, had published from the International University in Malaysia a study that showed a series looking at serial measuring of empathy on the Pittsburgh Empathy Scale. And what consistently has been shown, that we somehow or the other, in the context of getting scientific knowledge and training, they lose the empathy that they already had when they started their training. And this is now termed as traumatic de-idealization. And this condition, now it has become an important aspect of every medical educator to look and seek at ways of bringing this medical education without the drop in the empathy and compassion that the students are rich and bring with them. So that is part of this whole ethics of caring. Next slide, please. And this is what I was saying, majority of students already come. And there's evidence now that they arrive on the wards idealistic, and all the observations confirms that the doctors or the medical student loses this intense receptivity to their patients during their training, or at least in the later half of, or the later portion of the training. And the implications from this is that medical training might actually fail to observe the receptivity, which is the empathy and compassion of the students that they bring with them at the beginning of their training. I refer to this term, traumatic de-idealization. And this itself is questioning the ethics of caring, because if we take empathy and compassion that brought the students to seek the scientific training and replace it with scientific training, then that itself is unethical, and that has been found to cause traumatic de-idealization. Next slide, Dr. Sanjay. So we go on to see that now we have developed exercises and others that in medical education that aim to foster receptivity in the students. That is, the feeling of empathy and compassion for patients. And then this, of course, further down, we also want to empower them with responsibility. And that responsibility refers or reflects the translation of their receptiveness, again with empathy and compassion, and converting that into action. And that is reflected in the responsibility for their patient and the specific requirements that each patient would require. Next slide, please.
So this was a brief introduction of traumatic de-idealization, which has been highlighted by Dr. Russell. And to overcome this issue, we have come up with a solution in the form of the magic book by Rhonda Byrne. You have been provided certain material. The book itself, the PDF, you have seen, I assume you have seen the book, read the movie, seen the movie The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and this is a sequel. And this course will continue for 28 days. And during these 28 days, you will be asked to do certain practices. The today's practice is count your blessings. We will be using multiple methods, and one will be the recording from Rhonda Byrne herself. And also we will be using PPTs, some other movies, some other activities, and the previous batch and this batch, it will be, since we are improving with each batch, we will be adding something new. But most important is when you come you should have written your 10 gratitudes of the day. Take a copy and make a copy in which you write your gratitudes.
Day 1. Count your blessings.
So here the author shows a writing table with a pen, with a copy and some flowers. There's a cup of coffee and there's a beautiful morning outside which is sparkling. So we can start the day with writing our gratitudes in this copy and write 10 things, any 10 things you think which are which can bring which you think are important in your life, or which.
When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. Willie Nelson, singer, songwriter.
You will have heard people say to count your blessings. And when you think about the things you're grateful for, that's exactly what you're doing. But what you may not have realized is that counting your blessings is one of the most powerful practices you can ever do, and it will magically turn your whole life around. When you're grateful for the things you have, no matter how small they may be, you will see those things instantly increase. If you're grateful for the money you have, however little, you will see your money magically grow. If you're grateful for a relationship, even if it's not perfect, you will see it miraculously get even better. If you're grateful for the job that you have, even if it's not your dream job, things will begin to change so that you enjoy your job more, and all kinds of opportunities for your work will suddenly appear. The flip side is that when we're not counting our blessings, we can fall into the trap of unintentionally counting negative things. We count negative things when we talk about the things we don't have. We count negative things when we criticize or find fault with other people, when we complain about traffic, waiting in lines, delays, the government, not enough money, or the weather. When we count negative things, they increase too. But on top of that, with every negative thing we count, we cancel out blessings that were on their way. I have tried both, counting my blessings and counting negative things. And I can assure you that counting your blessings is the only way to have abundance in your life.
Better to lose count while naming your blessings than to lose your blessings to counting your troubles. Maltby D. Babcock, 19th century writer and clergyman.
First thing in the morning, or as early in the day as you can, count your blessings. You can write out your list by hand, type it in your phone or on a computer, or use a special book or journal and keep all of your gratitude in one place. Today, you are going to make a simple list of 10 blessings in your life you are grateful for. When Einstein gave thanks, he thought about why he was grateful. When you think about the reason why you're grateful for a particular thing, person, or situation, you will feel gratitude more deeply. Remember that the magic of gratitude happens according to the degree of your feeling. So with each item on your list, write the reason why you're grateful for it. Here are some ideas for starting off your list. I am truly blessed to have. I am so happy and grateful for. I am truly grateful for. With all my heart, thank you for. And then make sure you write the reason why you're grateful for each one. After you finish making your list of 10 blessings, you will go back and read each one, either in your mind or out loud. When you get to the end of each blessing, say the magic words 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel the gratitude for that blessing as much as you possibly can. To help you feel more gratitude, you can be grateful to the universe, God, spirit, goodness, life, your greater self, or any other concept you are drawn to. When you direct gratitude towards something or someone, you will feel it even more, and your gratitude will have even more power and create even more magic. It's the reason why indigenous and ancient cultures chose symbols like the sun to direct their gratitude toward. They were simply using physical symbols to represent the universal source of all goodness, and in focusing on that symbol, they felt more gratitude. The practice of counting your blessings is so simple and so powerful in altering your life that I want you to continue to add 10 more blessings to your list every day for the next 27 days. You might think it could be difficult to find 10 things you're grateful for every day, but the more you think about it, the more you will realize how much you have to be grateful for. Look closely at your life. You have received and are continuing to receive so much each and every day. There is really so much to give thanks for. You could be grateful for your home, your family, your friends, your work, and your pets. You could be thankful for the sun, the water that you drink, the food that you eat, and the air that you breathe. Without any of them, you wouldn't be alive. You could be grateful for the trees, the animals, the oceans, the birds, for the flowers, the plants, blue skies, rain, the stars, the moon, and our beautiful planet Earth. You could be grateful for your senses, your eyes that see, your ears that hear, your mouth that tastes, your nose that smells, and your skin that enables you to feel. You could be grateful for the legs you walk on, your hands that you use to do almost everything, your voice that enables you to express yourself and communicate with others. You could give thanks for your amazing immune system that keeps you well, and all of your organs that maintain your body so that you can live. And what about the magnificence of your human mind, which no computer technology in the world can duplicate? You should feel significantly better and happier after each time you count your blessings, and how good you feel is your measure of how much gratitude you felt. The more gratitude you felt, the happier you will feel, and the faster your life will change. Some days you will feel happy really quickly, and other days it may take a little longer. But as you continue to count your blessings every day, you will notice a bigger and bigger difference in the way you feel each time, and you will see your blessings magically multiply. Make sure to listen to tomorrow's magical practice sometime today, as you will need to collect a very special rock to help you with tomorrow's practice.
So we all have something to be grateful for, and it will be great if we bring gratitude in our life. Take a copy and write minimum 10 gratitudes. You can be grateful for umpteen number of things. We all have a habit of criticizing. The key is the glass is half full, and in every situation in life the glass is half full, and the moment you highlight this half full phenomena, almost everything in life, the blessings come from the universe. I mean, millions of people have experienced it. We have also experienced it, and it is just beautiful. The participants here, you were not here on day 0. So anyway, we will, today's session, I hope I can, it's a Sunday, so I will take a little bit, a longer session. Can we have a brief introduction of all the participants? Dr. Jasleen Narula. Ma'am, you seem to have come for the first time. Thank you for joining. Dr. Shyamla Shaila.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. I'm Dr. Shaila. I'm a practicing pathologist from Bangalore.
Okay. Can you share your video if it's possible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, thank you, ma'am. I mean, because when we have a video, then we are more intimate. We can understand each other's. I mean, this magic book is all about vibrations, transferring the group vibrations. And as they say, that we are living in an era when I mean, this Yug Chakra from the Satya Yug, Dwapar Yug, Treta Yug, this is being transformed. And this is the time when Satya Yug is getting transformed into, Kali Yuga is being transformed into Satya Yug. And the main difference between is how people think. Okay, Dr. Medha ma'am, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Medha Joshi,
Yes, ma'am.
and yeah, I'm from Bangalore, and I'm a medical educationist first and a pharmacologist next.
Yes, ma'am. I mean,
Yeah.
we have seen your biodata, and I mean, you are a, I mean, already you have transformed the lives of so many medical students.
Yes, I've been teaching. I was teaching for almost 42 years, so I have really been in contacted. As you said, yeah, touched lives of hundreds of medical, dental, nursing, pharmacy, physiotherapy students all over. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Tushar, can you introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tushar. I'm a BDA second year student, and I'm from Amritsar.
Okay. So, okay. Yes. So, you are, this is the first day, and did you see the movie, The Magic, The Secret?
Yes.
So I'll watch it today.
Okay. Dr. Jasleen. Dr. Pragati. You
Yes,
are
sir.
biggest batch.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Sir, I introduced myself yesterday, but nevertheless, I'll introduce myself again. I am Pragati. I am professor in community medicine, and I'm working in Shahdol, Madhya Pradesh.
Mm.
Welcome, ma'am. And
Thank you, sir.
we have iPhone. Mummy, can you? iPhone is Mrs. Uma Mehra. She is my mother-in-law, and she is a principal in a school, retired principal in a school. And she also has joined. She also joined in the previous batch. So we'll show you a little bit of the beginning session also. So here the author is, we are entering a garden in which there is something very special going to come in the coming days. And we have to believe, we have to have full faith in it. Do you believe in magic? This is the name here of the beginning. I hope you all have the book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne.
Yeah.
And here the author is showing all trees, they're sparkling, and we are entering towards the light.
Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Roald Dahl, 20th century writer.
Remember when you were a child and you looked at life in total wonder and awe? Life was magical and exciting, and the smallest things were utterly thrilling to you. You were fascinated by the frost on the grass, a butterfly flittering through the air, or any strange leaf or rock on the ground. You were full of excitement when you lost a tooth, because it meant the tooth fairy would be coming that night. And you would count down the days to that magical night of Christmas. Even though you had no idea how Santa Claus could get to every child in the world in one night, somehow he did it, and he never let you down. Reindeer could fly. There were fairies in the garden. Pets were like people. Toys had personalities. Dreams came true, and you could touch the stars. Your heart was full of joy. Your imagination knew no limits, and you believed that life was magical. There is an exquisite feeling many of us had as children that everything is good, that every day promises more excitement and adventure, and that nothing could ever thwart our joy for the magic of it all. But somehow as we grew into adults, responsibilities, problems and difficulties took their toll on us. We became disillusioned, and the magic we once believed in as children faded and disappeared. It's one of the reasons why, as adults, we love to be around children, so that we can experience that feeling we once had, even if it's just for a moment. I am here to tell you that the magic you once believed in is true, and it's the disillusioned adult perspective of life that is false. The magic of life is real, and it's as real as you are. In fact, life can be far more wondrous than you ever thought it was as a child, and more breathtaking, awe-inspiring, and exciting than anything you've seen before. When you know what to do to bring forth the magic, you will live the life of your dreams. Then you will wonder how you ever could have given up in believing in the magic of life. You may not see reindeer fly, but you will see the things you've always wanted appearing before your eyes, and you will see the things you've dreamed of for so long suddenly happening. You will never know exactly how everything weaved together for your dreams to come true, because magic works in the invisible realm, and that's the most thrilling part. Are you ready to experience the magic again? Are you ready to be filled with awe and wonder every day, like when you were a child? Get ready for the magic. Our adventure begins 2,000 years ago, when life-changing knowledge was hidden within a sacred text.
So all this, when we were kids, our imagination was used to just fly. We could think everything was possible. Our stories were full of magic. The Jadugar could create a boy with a lot of strength, with a foot of a horse, etc., etc. Our imagination had all the different kinds of possibilities. But as we grew up, it all changed. I'm repeating yesterday's session.
A great mystery is revealed.
So here you can see that the author is showing a book in which all this is written.
Which comes from the Gospel of Matthew. Which comes from the Gospel of Matthew in the Holy Scriptures. And it has mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by many people over the centuries.
Whoever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him.
You have to admit that when you hear the passage, it appears unjust, as it seems to be saying that the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. But there's a riddle to be solved in this passage, a mystery to uncover, and when you know it, a new world will have opened up for you. The answer to the mystery that has eluded so many for centuries is in one hidden word: gratitude.
Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what they have will be taken from them.
By the revelation of one hidden word, a cryptic text is made crystal clear. 2,000 years have passed since those words were recorded, but they are as true today as they ever were. If you don't take the time to be grateful, you will never have more, and what you do have, you will lose. And the promise of the magic that will happen with gratitude is in these words: if you're grateful, you will be given more, and you will have an abundance. From the Quran, the promise of gratitude is equally emphatic.
And remember when God proclaimed, "If you are grateful, I will give you more. But if you are ungrateful, verily my punishment is indeed severe."
It doesn't matter what religion you follow or whether you're religious or not. These words from the Holy Scriptures and the Quran apply to you and your life. They are describing a fundamental law of science and of the universe. Gratitude operates through a universal law that governs your whole life. According to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy in our universe, from the formation of an atom to the movement of the planets, like attracts like. It's because of the law of attraction that the cells of every living creature are held together, as well as the substance of every material object. In your life, the law operates on your thoughts and feelings because they are energy too. And so whatever you think, whatever you feel, you attract to you. If you think, I don't like my job, I haven't got enough money, I can't find my perfect partner, I can't pay my bills, or I think I'm coming down with something, he or she doesn't appreciate me, I don't get along with my parents, or you think, my child is a problem, my life is a mess, or my marriage is in trouble, then you must attract more of those experiences. But if you think about what you're grateful for, like, I love my job, my family is very supportive, I had the best vacation, or I feel amazing today, I got the biggest tax refund ever, or I had a great weekend camping with my son, and you sincerely feel the gratitude, the law of attraction says you must attract more of those things into your life. It works in the same way as metal being drawn to a magnet. Your gratitude is magnetic, and the more gratitude you have, the more abundance you magnetize. It is universal law. You will have heard sayings like, whatever goes around comes around. You reap what you sow, or you get what you give. Well, all of those sayings are describing the same law, and they're also describing a principle of the universe that the great scientist Sir Isaac Newton discovered. Newton's scientific discoveries included the fundamental laws of motion in the universe, one of which says, every action always has an opposite and equal reaction. When you apply the idea of gratitude to Newton's law, it says every action of giving thanks always causes an opposite reaction of receiving, and what you receive will always be equal to the amount of gratitude you've given. This means that the very action of gratitude sets off a reaction of receiving. And the more sincerely and the more deeply grateful you feel, in other words, the more gratitude you give, the more you will receive. Dating back thousands and thousands of years to the earliest recordings of humankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and from there was passed on through the centuries, sweeping across the continents, permeating one civilization and culture to the next. The major religions of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Hinduism all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you've received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. Lao Tzu said that if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything between the heavens and the earth. And Jesus said thank you before he performed each miracle. From the Australian Aborigines to the African Maasai and Zulu, from the American Navajo, Shawnee and Cherokee, to the Tahitians, Inuit and Maori, the practice of gratitude is at the very root of most Indigenous traditions.
When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies with yourself. Tecumseh, 18th century Shawnee Native American leader.
History is laden with famous figures who practice gratitude and whose achievements put them amongst the greatest human beings who have ever lived. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., the Dalai Lama, Leonardo da Vinci, Plato, Shakespeare, as well as Aesop, Blake, Emerson, Dickens, Proust, Descartes, Lincoln, Jung, Newton, Einstein, and many, many more. Albert Einstein's scientific discoveries changed the way we see the universe. And when asked about his monumental achievements, he spoke only of giving thanks to others. One of the most brilliant minds of all time thanked other people over 100 times a day for the work they had done. Is it any wonder that so many of life's mysteries were revealed to Albert Einstein? Is it any wonder that he made some of the greatest scientific discoveries in history? He practiced gratitude every single day of his life, and in return he received many forms of abundance. When Isaac Newton was asked how he had achieved the scientific discoveries he made, he said that he stood on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton, recently voted the greatest contributor to science and humankind, was also grateful to those men and women who lived before him. The scientists, philosophers, inventors, discoverers, and prophets who practiced gratitude reaped its results, and most were aware of its inherent power. Yet still gratitude's power is unknown to most people today, because to experience the magic of gratitude in your life, you have to practice it. My story is a perfect example of what life is like when a person is ignorant of gratitude and what happens.
So we all have something to say thank you every day. And in our labs, in our wards, in our hospitals, in our departments, a magic ingredient of gratitude is needed everywhere. The moment we add gratitude in our departments, you will see enormous changes. We are seeing these changes in last 3-4 months. I mean, nature has been bountiful, and many of us have been transformed, and our whole environment changes. So the magic emphasizes the power of gratitude. The core idea is to start the day by listing 10 things you are grateful for, accompanied by a heartfelt expression of gratitude. And along with this, you have to write the why you are saying this.
When you make gratitude a part of your life. If I had been asked many years ago if I was a grateful person, I would have answered, yes, for sure I'm a grateful person. I say thank you when I receive a gift, when someone opens a door for me, or when a person does something for me. The truth is, I was not a grateful person at all. I didn't know what being grateful really meant, and just saying the words thank you on the odd occasion certainly didn't make me a grateful person. My life without gratitude was pretty challenging. I was in debt, and it was increasing a little bit more every month. I worked really hard, but my finances never improved. In trying to keep up with the mounting debt and obligations, I was living with a continuous undercurrent of stress. My relationships swung like a pendulum from fair to disastrous because I never seemed to have enough time for each person. While I was what would be termed healthy, I felt exhausted at the end of each day, and I always got my fair share of colds and the latest illnesses going around each season. I had moments of happiness when I went out with friends or when I went on vacation, but then the reality of having to work harder to pay for those pleasures would sweep over me. I wasn't living. I was surviving from day to day and from paycheck to paycheck. And I would no sooner solve one life problem than more problems would appear. But then something happened that would change everything in my life from that day forward. I discovered a secret about life, and as a result of my discovery, one of the things I began to do was practice gratitude each day. As a result of this, everything in my life changed, and the more I practiced gratitude, the more miraculous were the results. My life truly became magical. For the first time in my life, I became debt-free. And shortly after that, I had all the money I needed to do whatever I wanted. Problems in my relationships, work, and health disappeared. And instead of facing daily obstacles, my days became filled with one good thing after another. My health and energy increased dramatically, and I felt better than I had in my 20s. My relationships became much more meaningful, and I enjoyed more good times with my family and friends in just a few months than I had in all the previous years. More than anything else, I felt happier than I thought it was possible to feel. I was blissfully happy, the happiest I had ever been. Gratitude changed me, and my whole life magically changed.
So, gratitude is something which will change you. In medical sciences, the practicing gratitude can foster a sense of contentment and positivity despite the challenges. MBBS students can begin their day by expressing gratitude for their physical and mental health, the opportunity to learn, and privilege to contribute to patient care. Medical education is a privilege that demands dedication. Medical students can express gratitude for access to quality education, supportive mentors, advanced medical resources, and chance to make a difference through their knowledge. The idea is to give thanks before in advance. Gratitude can be directed towards patients who offer learning opportunities and experiences that shape future medical practices. Health professional students can reflect the unique cases they encounter, trust patients' place in them, and valuable lessons they gain from the patient interactions. The medical field thrives on collaborative efforts. Medical students can appreciate the camaraderie of their peers, the guidance of senior colleagues, and support of nurses, technicians, and administrative staff, all contributing to comprehensive patient care. As medical science evolves, expressing gratitude for the advancements in technology, treatments, and diagnostic tools can inspire medical students to contribute to their field's progress. You know, once we get telomere inhibitor, they said the telomeres, which the chromosome of, which leads to aging, once that the inhibitor is found, mankind will live 150 years. Then, of course, we can have a life. We can go to visit Pluto on a manned flight, and maybe beyond the solar system. A lot of applications are there for a longer life. Or I was invited to Bangalore. There, scientists have created a probe. You just give them a blood or sweat or saliva of any patient, and in 45 minutes, that probe searches and tells you what is the genetic structure of the virus, bacteria, or whatever is there. And then you can just reverse engineer whether the symptoms of the patient are similar to that virus or bacteria or whatever we find there. Even tumors can be diagnosed by a genetic probe in 45 minutes. I mean, such is the change coming. We are living in an era of exponential change, and more than 75% things scientists who have ever invented in the history of mankind, they are still alive. So medical students can express gratitude for the opportunity to observe surgeries, witness diagnosis, and learn from experienced doctors, contributing to their growth as future medical professionals. Cases that pose diagnostic puzzles can be met with gratitude as they enhance problem-solving skills and broaden clinical acumen. Gratitude can be directed towards patients' resilience and trust during treatment, recognizing their role in the learning process and motivation to provide the best care possible. Recognition through medical breakthroughs, expressing gratitude for the breakthroughs in medical research and advancements in treatment modalities can inspire MBBS students to be part of the ongoing innovation. From family and friends, the medical students receive a huge support, and the academic institutions, they can a sense of gratitude can be there for the supportive network. Thus, in conclusion, incorporating the principles of gratitude from day one, the magic into the journey of becoming a medical professional can have transformative efforts. By focusing on the positive aspects of medical studies and practice, MBBS students in India can cultivate a mindset that fosters resilience, compassion, and deeper connection to their chosen profession. Practicing gratitude offers a powerful tool to navigate challenges and embrace the privilege of contributing to the field of medical sciences. So, thank you. And just take a copy. I have also shared one gratitude manual, and you can just write on the day one. Those who don't have the manual, they can just let me know, and I will give them the manual in which they can write, in which they just have to do the fill in the blanks. So would anybody like to share something today? Say some of their own thoughts. When you share your thoughts, they circulate in the group, and others are also benefited. Yes, many of you are writing thank you in the chat. That is also a good exercise. You thank the universe. Anybody would like to say something? You will see this gratitude, this practice of gratitude. Usually people, they start feeling the change by 7th or 8th day. But don't wait for that. It will happen. It is definitely happen. It will really transform your life. You will get, I mean, if you there are conflicts between husband and wife, just say thank you. Just say that, okay, whenever the person scolds you, you say so wonderful, and you will see in a few days, everything will change. Your spouse will change. If there are conflicts in your department, you just start praising the person in your mind. No, I mean, the other person may say, how is this person? So you can praise that person in your mind. You can praise your wife or husband in your mind, And the moment you start praising, the vibrations will reach, and you will see the entire relationship changes magically. I mean, I wonder, I had read this book 15 years ago. So, but the application came after the magic, after doing these courses. So, please, if you haven't joined our main WhatsApp group, please join. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm also writing a book in which we have different themes of gratitude, 100 themes of gratitude, and for each theme we have got 100 reasons of gratitude. So this way we can have 10,000 reasons of gratitude. That will be out in a day or two. How to join the WhatsApp group, sir? Just a moment. The message in which through which you joined, that is also contains the link, but I am just sending it to you. Just a moment. So I have sent, yes. And I have also sent the books and study materials. You can see they are all there. And if you just click on this link, if you click on this link, the magic book can be downloaded. Our Thankful Stillness Journal, this can also be downloaded, in which you can just do the fill in the blanks. The Secret is also there in Hindi. There is a movie called Meta Secret, which came as a sequel, and there is a movie named Pollyanna. Pollyanna is a character which plays. This is a movie of 1960s, and in this the character plays a glad game, and how much he changes the life in a village through that gratefulness. It is something magical. So, welcome, Dr. Gayatri. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Gayatri, Associate Professor in Pediatrics from Bangalore Medical College, Bangalore, Karnataka.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you for joining. Dr. Ritu Huda. Can you introduce yourself, ma'am?
A very good morning to all. I am a professor in gynec at PGMS Rohtak. And recently I have been reading this book. So it is a very
Okay.
nice initiative, I guess. If you can,
Yes.
probably the same
Thank
thing
you.
I've
Thank
started
you.
reading, but not yet too much into practice.
So you just download this my thankfulness journal and the practice book, and in this all the practices, daily practices, they are written with some recordings also. So
Yes.
you can just take a printout and start writing in this. Day wise, it has been created, and you just have to write 10 blessings of that day.
Right. We'll start with that.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So today it was Sunday and I was a little bit liberal in taking your time. So thank you for joining, and we can end it now. Every morning at 7 o'clock, we will start the session, and during the day also we will do some sharings on the topic of gratitude. And you will please also share your experiences, share your, I mean, once you have written those assignments, you can take a picture and share on the group, and that will inspire others. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sandra.